This is a video response, or a video reaction, I guess, or something along those lines, to a video titled Of Creationists and Creativity by TheMudbrooker, which was brought to my attention by YouTube's super sycophant spying trick of telling me what the people I am watching are watching. I keep a pretty close eye on what's going on in the YouTube creationist debate here, and, well, I guess I've said that already. Now, before I start the bulk of this, I need to say a few things. First off, I'm still learning how to do YouTube videos, well. And this is my first time using a script to prevent myself from stammering and losing track as I've done before. Clearly it's not working very well so far, but... so please bear with me if I look a little weird staring off screen. I am slightly hesitant to make this video, as it is a response to a video about religion. Now, I want to make my account more about the arts and gaming, not religion, as I feel there's more than enough of that going on, and the others are doing a way better job of it than I ever could. I'm not a scientist, and I'm not a theologian or a preacher or anything like that. Also, I have already made a video in response to a recurring comment creationists and religious people in general like to make about the nature of aesthetic appreciation. Unfortunately, TheMudbrooker's video does bring up a point about the arts and creativity, which I have a pretty strong reaction to. So here I am. In the video, TheMudbrooker claims, as anybody with even the slightest amount of creativity can tell you, the joy of creation is not in the final product, it is in the process of creation itself. Now, I've been practicing the arts since I was a small child, as most artists have, or at least say. I also deeply pursued artistic education in high school, and have obtained a 2-year diploma in the visual arts from college. I intend to get the full 4-year degree once I have enough money, and maybe one day I might go for the even longer degree in art history, as I actually do have quite an interest in that, but I don't want to become an art historian per se. I just like learning about the subject. Maybe I'll just buy a bunch of textbooks. Anyways, so I'm pretty dedicated to the arts and aesthetics. Over time, I've heard claims akin to what TheMudbrooker said quite frequently. I've also had the great pleasure of speaking to and even working with many other artists, and I can tell you, there's no two alike. The claim that the joy of creation is in the process is a very broad generalization about the nature of creativity, and it rather generalizes the true variability between creative minds. In other words, though it is true, it is not universal. See, different people create different things for different reasons. That only makes sense. I mean, they're different people. Yes, it is true. Many artists take great joy in the technical process of the creation of their work. The same can be said of people creating things which are rarely considered art, such as a person enjoying planting a garden of vegetables. I, however, am an example of someone who does not. I do work for the product. When I create art, I create it for a purpose. It has a reason. It has some sort of function. And I create things because I enjoy the final product. Perhaps it makes me laugh. Perhaps it makes me smile. Perhaps it's intended to make my friends laugh. Whatever the purpose is, it has a purpose. But the actual creation of things is generally pretty slow, tedious, and boring to me. I don't enjoy it. But it's worth it to see the final product, to bring that great thing into reality. Furthermore, there are artists out there who are more entertained by the creative process than they are by the technical process of creating it or by the product. Anything that follows. They like the idea crafting, the problem solving, and I can understand that. Some of them feel an obligation to the idea, to bring it into reality. it seems to them a waste to allow a good idea to exist and then never do anything with it. And in amongst this, people like different aspects of creation to varying degrees. For example, though I generally dislike the technical crafting of art, and I do enjoy learning, and I prefer the product itself, I still have a healthy love for the creative process, and I do enjoy learning new technical skills when I'm working with a medium I'm inexperienced with. Some people hate learning new media, and I saw this all the time when I was in college. Someone would bring out, okay, now that we're done learning with acrylics, let's learn how to use oil paints. And there would be people who were great with acrylics who were just sitting there going, this is horrible. Or we'd go to drawing and there'd be some guy who's amazing that, and we'd go to the painting class and he'd just be like, I don't get it. But it's all variable, and it depends upon the artist, because it depends upon the person. We're all unique individuals. I mean, hey, we're artists. You expect us to all be unique and different and crazy. Anyways, the reason I'm making this reaction is because the claim that the joy of creation is in the process is so ubiquitous, and it is so consistently restated in so many different words, and never really altered to admit difference in purpose. It's almost treated as universal fact. As though all creative minds can be painted with the same brush. As if we all create for the love of making things, only. We all create things, yes, but we all do it for very different reasons, and we all enjoy the same aspects of creation, and we don't all enjoy the same aspects of creation in the same way. It really bothers me because even among art instructors at the college level, this idea was repeated as if it were fact, and almost advertised as what we as students should feel about our art. And frankly, I don't feel that way about my art. And I know for a fact that I am not alone in that regard. And it comes across to me as just another part of elite artist snobbery. Trying to tell young artists how to behave and what to feel in order to be a real artist. In my opinion, all it takes to be a real artist: pick up a pen, make a few lines, take a piece of clay, shape it into something, write something, do something, create something. If you've done something and it elicits a response, if you're doing something that you enjoy, if you're creating things, that's really what art is more about. Anyways, yeah.